When the feminine energy decides to walk away, the universe begins to shift. Maybe you've reached that point. Maybe you're standing in silence, with a heart that once called his name now whispering only to the heavens. When the feminine energy walks away, this is what happens to the masculine. And this message was divinely timed to reach you. If this message touched your soul, write Twin Flames Infinite Love in the comments. This helps YouTube spread this light to other souls in need. Subscribe now, beloved soul, because what you're about to hear will open dimensions of truth you've been sensing in silence. This is not an ordinary connection. This is not ordinary pain. What you carry is sacred. The twin flames journey doesn't follow logic. It follows destiny. And your role in it is more powerful than you realize. I know you tried. You loved, waited, forgave. You sent silent prayers into the void, hoping he would awaken. But sometimes the divine feminine must reclaim her crown not in anger, but in silence. In sacred detachment. That walk-away moment isn't a goodbye. It's a soul recalibration. And when that moment comes, he feels it. The masculine energy may seem distant, cold, detached. But the second the feminine truly releases, a ripple shakes the soul of the masculine. He doesn't understand it at first. But the loss of her energy echoes in his bones. The masculine begins to feel the absence not just of you, but of himself reflected through you. Because twin flames are not just lovers. They are mirrors. And when the mirror vanishes, so does the illusion he was hiding behind. You walking away triggers his awakening. But not in fireworks. In stillness. In midnight thoughts. In songs that suddenly sting. In dreams where your voice calls to him as if from a distant star. He may not speak it aloud, but your absence becomes his loudest truth. That's when the journey turns inward. He begins to remember moments he brushed off, messages he ignored, synchronicities he couldn't explain. And deep within, the masculine begins his own walk, not toward you but toward himself. That's how the reunion begins. Don't mistake your silence as the end. Your sacred no is what births transformation. Your decision to love yourself louder echoes through the soul contract you share. You are not leaving him, you are guiding him from afar, in the only way the universe now allows. Some will say, she gave up. But we both know. The feminine doesn't give up. She surrenders to divine timing. She lets go with faith. And the masculine, he will feel that surrender as both a wound and an invitation. This is why you may feel his energy stronger after walking away. The twin flame frequency never dies. It rewires. It reaches out in dreams, in signs, in moments of stillness. And even if you've never spoken, he will feel your energetic shift like a thunderclap. Your walk away activates a sacred storm. It's the divine feminine saying, I choose myself, and through that I choose us. It breaks karmic cycles. It removes spiritual codependency. And it whispers to the masculine, rise or remain. He may run deeper before he comes forward. He may numb himself with distractions, with logic, with pride. But the void you leave behind will haunt him, until he realizes the truth, that you were never chasing. You were waiting. Till now. This is why many of you feel a strange peace after walking away. It's your soul confirming alignment. It hurts, but it's holy. Because love isn't proven by staying in pain. It's proven by choosing peace, even when the heart longs. The most divine reunions often happen after the most sacred separations. Your walk away isn't rejection, it's redirection. It's your soul whispering, we're ready for the next level. Let the masculine catch up. And when he does, because he will, you'll know it wasn't your silence that pushed him away. It was your power that pulled him forward. That is the sacred gift of the divine feminine. She transforms without forcing. She guides by example. So stay grounded in your knowing. You are not alone. Many sisters of the light are walking this path beside you. Some are ahead, some behind, but all of you are walking each other home. This is the twin flames path. Remember the stories you've read about twin flame MGK, twin flames Jeff and Shalia, or even the subtle wisdom found in twin flame meditation. These are not fantasies. They're echoes of a deeper truth that lives inside your soul too. And even if you're tempted to reach out, ask yourself, what would the highest version of me do? Would she chase? Or would she shine? Let your energy speak. Let your walk away be a prayer. Declaration. A sacred vow to your soul. Don't fear the distance. The universe speaks loudest in the silence. And right now it's speaking to him too. He may not reply in words, but you'll feel it. In dreams, in songs, in sudden waves of love that make no sense. Stay tuned for part 2 of this message. But before that, breathe deeply, close your eyes and whisper, I walk away not to leave, but to lead. Let your soul feel the truth of those words. If this message is awakening something in your spirit, share this light with others. What you receive in love, give in love. That is how the divine feminine expands, not by holding back, but by allowing the message to ripple through others like a sacred wave. You were not meant to be invisible in this story. You are the storm that moves the ocean of his soul. You are the silence that breaks his pride. Every step you take away from him echoes louder than the words he refused to say. He may not understand yet, but he feels it. He feels when your energy pulls back, when the warmth of your thoughts stops holding him at night, when the spiritual cord tightens, not out of desperation but because you're rising. The masculine goes into shadow when the feminine leaves, not to punish him, but to illuminate what he was blind to. Your absence becomes his mirror, reflecting all the parts of him that were never fully healed, never fully awakened. And this is why he dreams about you more intensely now. Not only because you are his counterpart, but because your walk away disturbed the illusion that time could erase your presence. The soul does not operate on earthly clocks. Some men chase, some numb, some awaken. But in a twin flame bond, every masculine energy must one day feel the absence so deeply that he begins to search for the truth behind the ache. That's where his healing begins. You, dear soul, are not punishing him. You are answering the call of your own becoming. This is why you're here. Not to convince, but to embody. The divine feminine leads the reunion by walking through her own fire first. This isn't rejection, it's redirection. You are not abandoning him. You are inviting him into a higher vibration. And though his ego might resist, his soul remembers. He knows the light you carry. He knows the fire he once ran from. When you walked away, timelines collapsed. Karmic debts surfaced. And your energy stopped enabling his delay. That's when the masculine begins to hear the voice of his soul, usually masked by distraction and pride. You're teaching him that love is not possession. Love is presence. And now that your presence is aligned with your own truth, he has no choice but to feel everything he tried to avoid. That is the most sacred lesson. He will try to replace what cannot be replicated. But his spirit will recognize the difference. You're not a chapter, you're the book. You're not a moment, you're the prophecy unfolding. He may feel you stronger in his heart now than when you were physically or emotionally near. Why? Because your soul is no longer begging. It is commanding. And divine love always responds to divine power. Let him wrestle with your silence. Let him remember your laughter in his moments of emptiness. Let your scent appear in his dreams. Let the universe show him the cost of not rising when love stood before him. And as for you, keep rising. Let your walk away not be a wound, but a wingspan. Let it be the moment your soul stepped into its full frequency, knowing that whoever is aligned with you will rise to meet it. Many feminine souls across this planet are waking up to this truth right now. They are remembering that they are not meant to chase, beg, or wait endlessly. They are sacred flames, not flickers. Your healing creates space for his. Your silence becomes a temple. Your boundaries become a compass. And even if he resists it, the soul never forgets who held its mirror. This is why your spiritual gifts may be intensifying, your dreams becoming clearer, your intuition louder. It's not just about you. It's about the ripple effect of your transformation across both souls. Even the earth responds to a feminine who chooses herself. Nature bends to her certainty. The divine masculine, even in separation, hears the echo of that certainty as a calling, though he may not admit it. So let him feel the space you left. Not to make him suffer, but to allow him to choose. Not from fear, but from freedom. That is what true reunion requires. Not desperation, but sovereignty. And if your heart aches while you wait, know that this ache is sacred. It's not a punishment, it's a purification. You are not just walking away from him. You are walking toward your higher self. And she is waiting to meet you there. If these words have given you clarity or stirred something sacred in your soul, I invite you to pause for a moment and give that energy back. Ask yourself, have you already subscribed to this channel? Your support is the breath that keeps this spiritual fire alive. The truth is, your walk away activated a storm in him. Sacred chaos. A divine unraveling. At first, he may label it as confusion, as emptiness. But beneath it all, his soul recognizes what just happened. The goddess turned inward. When the feminine pulls back, everything false begins to fall. The illusions, the karmic comforts, the masks he wore to avoid vulnerability. Suddenly, the silence becomes louder than your presence ever was. He will notice the way his world feels different. Foods won't taste the same. Music won't hit the same. Conversations will feel hollow. Because your frequency is no longer there to elevate the moment. And when he reaches for distractions, he'll find that even they can't numb the pull. Because the pull isn't physical anymore. The soul deep. It's a vibration he can't explain. It's your name written in the wind. Some nights, he will wake up in sweat, remembering something you never said but his soul always knew. A message that your higher self whispered to his. It will echo again and again until he chooses to listen. He may act cold in the 3D, but don't let that fool you. The masculine is awakening in stages. And your departure was the match that lit the altar of his inner temple. Your love was never the problem. Your patience was never wasted. You were not too much. You were simply too aligned for his wounded ego to handle at the time. But now, the game has changed. This distance, this space is not separation. It's divine preparation. You're both being molded, shaped by fire, truth, and longing. And one day, those flames will meet again as equals, not halves, but wholes. Do not underestimate the seeds you've planted. The way you held him in energy even when he ran. Prayers, the forgiveness, the letting go. It all lives within him now, growing silently. And while you bloom, he will begin to question everything. Why he couldn't forget your eyes. Why he hears your laughter when he's alone. Why he dreams of a future he never consciously planned with you. Because love, real love, does not fade. It evolves. It expands. And the more you evolve, the more the energetic gap between you and him becomes impossible to ignore. He may try to fill it with others, but nothing fits. The connection with you was never just physical. It was divine, sacred. And sacred things don't shatter under time. They reveal their truth over time. So trust that your journey isn't in vain. Your courage to walk away was not a goodbye. It was an invitation for both of you to rise. And he knows it now, whether he admits it or not. He sees you in symbols, in songs, in feathers, in numbers. The universe speaks your name to him daily, and it's getting harder to tune it out. Every random sign is a memory of your flame. And maybe, just maybe, this ache in him is the beginning of his remembering. Not of the past, but of the soul contract, the eternal dance, the reunion waiting on the other side of ego death. You're not waiting anymore. You're walking, expanding, becoming. But even as you go forward, the flame you share burns behind you like a lighthouse. He will see it when the fog clears. So continue holding yourself with grace, with power, with softness and strength. Because what you're building is not just for you. It's for the version of him that's still catching up. And when his heart finally cracks open, it won't be because of pressure. It will be because of love. The kind that never demanded, only inspired. And that is the love you carry within you, even now. If your heart has ever been cracked open by truth, then you know how sacred this space is. So thank you for staying with me. As I pour into your soul, trust that this energy will return to you multiplied. That's the beauty of twin flames. We mirror what we give. Right now, the masculine is not just facing your absence. He's facing his own silence. And in that silence, your energy rises louder than any noise he once clung to. It vibrates in his bones, and he doesn't yet understand why. He may scroll through his phone 1,000 times, hoping to feel anything. But what he truly misses is the version of himself that only you awakened. The version that laughed deeper, listened closer, felt alive. There's no replacing that. He will try. He might even pretend he's fine. But somewhere deep within, he knows the truth. When the feminine walks away, the soul begins to mourn a connection it didn't protect. Your energy still wraps around him like the last line of a forgotten song. He hums it without realizing. Feels you in the quiet moments. Wonders why he's restless when everything should feel normal. He might see your face in someone passing by. Or feel his heart race when a scent reminds him of you. That's not imagination. It's resonance. It's frequency. It's the sacred thread that still ties your souls. And you're doing what many cannot. Choosing yourself. Honoring your path. Rising like the divine force you are. But make no mistake. Your rise is awakening something ancient in him. It's not punishment. It's not revenge. It's transformation. What he's losing now isn't just you. It's the version of reality that let him pretend you didn't matter. And that illusion is crumbling fast. Even his dreams are different. You appear not always clearly but undeniably. You speak to him through symbols, smiles, sometimes silence. His soul gets it, long before his mind catches up. The masculine now walks through his days like someone who left a part of himself behind. 'Cause he did. That part lives in you. In your light. In the way you kept loving without losing yourself. And every time he tries to distract himself with routine, your energy finds him again. Not to haunt, but to remind. This was never a simple love. It was soul deep, sacred, sealed before this life even began. You see, love on this level isn't easy. It strips you, breaks you, rebuilds you. But when the feminine chooses herself, she sends a ripple through the spiritual world that cannot be ignored. And that ripple reaches him. It stirs his awakening. It makes him face shadows he buried long ago. He begins to question why nothing feels right anymore, why the joy he once faked no longer even fools him. You were never asking for too much. You were only asking for alignment. And now the universe is teaching him what that really means. Not comfort, not control, but truth and soul work. Even the people around him are noticing. He's more distant, more reflective. Something changed. They don't know it's you. But he does. Or at least, a part of him is beginning to realize it. Because love doesn't vanish just because it's unspoken. And twin flames aren't erased by time or distance. The bond bends, stretches, even breaks in the 3D. But the soul remembers everything. He may fight it, try to rationalize. But love isn't logical. And what you two have never fit inside logic anyway. It was always spiritual, always energetic, always written in fire, not ink. And as you step deeper into your purpose, he begins to feel the magnetic pull. Not because you need him, but because you're becoming what you were always meant to be. That vibration is irresistible. He doesn't need saving. He needs remembering. And your light, your sacred withdrawal, is the spark that could lead him back to himself. Which, in truth, is the only way he'll ever find you again. So hold your power, divine feminine. Keep rising. Because whether he says it or not, your love is still his compass. And in time, all compasses point home. Thank you for opening your heart and allowing this message to find you today. If it resonated with your soul, please give it a like so YouTube knows this content matters and can carry it into the lives of other souls seeking light and clarity. To let me know you truly received this message, type the sacred phrase, Twin Flames Infinite Love, in the comments. When you do, it creates a ripple, one that reaches not just this community but the very field of divine love you are a part of. Your presence here is not by chance. You are part of something greater, a divine circle of awakening souls remembering who they are and what they came here for. By subscribing and turning on the notification bell, you anchor yourself in this sacred space of truth and transformation. Each video is more than words. It's energy. It's healing. It's a mirror reflecting parts of you that have longed to be seen, felt, and understood. Don't miss what your soul is calling you to receive. Share this message with someone whose heart might need it today. When you share light, you become the bridge for others to rise too. And maybe, just maybe, that message will be the sign someone has been silently praying for. This channel is your safe haven. A place where the divine feminine is honored, where your journey is sacred, and where your voice matters. You are not walking alone. Your soul family is here, waiting for you to remember. Every return to this space will bring you deeper clarity, stronger alignment, and a renewed sense of purpose. Let this be your spiritual home. And when the next message comes, it might just be the one that shifts everything. Until then, thank you for being. Thank you for feeling. Thank you for remembering. You are seen. You are loved. You are infinite. Twin Flames Infinite Love.